Hey, it's neither not Christmas Autism Girl. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I wanted to thank you all for helping one of my videos hit 100 views. It's such a huge accomplishment. You know, my goal is to reach and help people. And y'all supported me and just watched my video. You must really like that video, and it means so much to me. It must be a really important topic for y'all to have viewed it get that many views. It amazes me. Or it may come up first when you search. I don't know. Somehow I got 100 views and I'm like blown away. I'm so honored and overwhelmed. So, yeah, that's the first one I talk about. The second thing is science and autism. So, I'm going to talk about a few. And I'm just going to briefly talk about each one. So, first of all, there's sensory issues. So, being that's a big one for me personally, is that sensitive to a lot of noises. There could be hand dryers. Oh, for me, it's high pitched and loud. So that's why babies bother when they scream. It bothers me, and the cry that bothers me so much, as I have trouble with that. And then also social cues like eye contact. People value that so much, and it's like, why? We're very uncomfortable with that, and I can't believe I'm announcing this, but I actually mastered this trick that helps me not have to make eye contact. So, big thing there. But if you're autistic and you struggle with eye contact, just make people think you're looking them in the eye, and they'll be convinced. They won't care. They just think you are. So you don't actually have to do it if you figure it out. I just figured out a way to make it to where I don't have to look people in the eye, and they think I am, and so it's so respectful. So anyway, that's a big one. And then another one is recognizing when people are bored with what, like, special interest is a big thing. If you're interested in one thing and you just, like, can't stop talking about it, you can't read people's faces to know that they're bored. So that's a big one. Another big social thing is just being behind in the socially, like not making friends easily, or having very few friends. It's just not easy for people with autism to make friends. We don't get social interactions very easily. Now, for me, it's taken me a lot of hard work, which is why people tell me, "Oh, are you sure you're autistic?" I'm like, "Yes, I'm sure. I've been diagnosed twice. I was diagnosed once, and then I had another test for my combinations that confirmed I am autistic. So no matter what you think about me, I am autistic." Anyway, so there's that. And then another one, I think it's a big one, is video games. For a lot of autistic kids tend to love their phones, and video games. Now for me, it's more my phone and TV. For a lot of autistic people, especially boys, it's video games. A lot of autistic boys love video games. It's all they do, because my understanding gives them a sense of control. So it's very hard to pull an autistic person from a video game or get them disinterested. I know for a lot of girls, it's easy to be focused, to have trouble giving something up. Like, what I mean by that is we like the same thing that's too old for us. I still love dolls. I still love stuffed animals. As you saw in my video that y'all gave 100 views, I love stuffed animals still. And I don't care what people think. I have a doll sitting over there. I have a bunch of dolls over there. I play with Barbies sometimes, and people think I'm too old for it. Well, I don't care. I'm just it's what helps me, because what gives creating stories with dolls is what gives me a sense of control, like it does with other people with video games. I love watching certain types of shows, not all types of shows. I hate drama shows, but certain types of comedy, fantasy. Kids' fantasy is my favorite. And particularly all types of fantasy, mostly kids. And I love it because, I don't know, it just helps me escape. I hate reality TV because I'm I watched this to escape from reality. Why would I go back into reality with a show? So that's that story. If you can hear a noise, it's my dog chewing on his cow. That's Tommy. And then another big thing is boys tend to, there's this common misconception that we don't have any empathy. We do, we just don't fully recognize emotions as easily as some people do. But that doesn't mean we don't have empathy at all, and it's a common misconception about autism. So I wanted to talk about that. Another thing I wanted to talk about is just feeling not the ability to not be able to play with others easily. Because I know for me, I would end up playing all by myself. Because one, nobody really wanted me on the team, and two, I just played better by myself. I was incredibly lonely, but it's just easier for autistic people to play by themselves because they like to be in control of the game, and if they can't be in control, they panic. So that's why a lot of autistic people love to play by themselves, and that's another big cue. Sign. So, let's review. Special interest, sensory, we talked about eye contact, and we talked about playing well with others. Not being able to play well with others. And we also talked about not growing things as quickly, and we talked about video games. So, it's kind of like the way our brains work is slightly different, very different for some people. So for me, I'm more of a visual thinker. So like I'm very visual. If someone starts saying something, whether or not it's very descriptive, I immediately picture it. I get disturbed if it's gross, or if it's like and it's stuck in my brain. Like I cannot forget things that are gross. Try to erase them, doesn't work. And something's visually, exhilarating, then I can't forget it. Or not exhilarating, that's probably the wrong word to use. Visually, like, I can't think of the correct word for that, but basically, if something's very visually alarming, that's the right word, I would usually not forget it. So, and then I love comic books because it's visual. And I always think when I read books, I kind of visualize the scene. I'm not completely photographic memory. I mean, like I don't have a photographic memory completely, but I remember things really well that I see. But I don't remember lists very well, like step by step stuff that someone just throws at you. That's one of the reasons why I think it's a very common autistic trait, not to be able to think things in steps very easily. So usually I have to record it or ask them to repeat it or write it down. That made school very difficult because a lot of the directions would be oral. I also do well with time tasks. That's common for autism, will not do well with time tasks. So it always causes me a lot of stress. So, of course, there's lots of other autistic signs that I haven't covered yet. But I think I'm going to stop there because I don't want to overwhelm you. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe, and keep watching it. Share it. I think this is going to be a good video. Bye.